Yo, what is going? What? Oh my God. What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today, so I'm gonna be going over. Well, as time of recording this, it's 2026. We're like halfway through 2026, so that's the time of recording this. I think it's a good time to go over the top 5 most popular bear skins of each year. So yeah. Oh, oh shoot, I'm in a episode. Anyways, let's get. And by the way, this video is entirely based on my opinion and based on what I've seen from experience. So yeah, don't get mad at me. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the year 2019 for the top 5 most popular skins. At number 5, I have Rust. The reason why I have this skin on the top 5 is because the skin is extremely cheap. So cheap skins equals a lot of people will buy it. That's mainly why it's on here. Let's see, number 4. Uniquely, I have the Undead Coming Zombie. That's because the skin could be your second pick for its like uniqueness, and it's also one of the most popular bear skins. Also, because the skin also has its own category of a skin, which is pretty cool. Mainly why I have it up here. And yeah, moving on to the third skin. Third skin I have is the Oh My Gosh Bear Made It in a Kid. Uh, Specifically from the year 2019, like just the year itself. Um, the skin, people like stupid skins, and that's basically what the skin is. It's just stupid. Yeah, I have no absolute reason for this. It's just big. Yeah. And also Halloween at the time was a very popular event. So, all right, number 2, I have Devil or Unicorn because of the fandom and the ships it had back in the days. It was really weird. And also because it's a shop skin is pretty popular as well. Even to this day, Devil is still popular amongst players, and Unicorn is a very popular for let's say like players that are girls. So yeah. And number 1 skin is not a surprise at all. It'll be El Sam the Santa Bro. Um, the reason why the skin I say is the number 1 most popular skin in 2019 is because it's ginormous, and bear alpha players love stupid big skins. And also, this skin had a crazy rarity of 1 in a million or something, but now like the rarity is like 1 in like 425,000 or something. I just choked. Anyways, yeah, it's mainly because of its just rarity and especially with the popular skins. Anyways, 2020 for number 5. This was basically the big year for Bear Alpha. This is literally, if you play during this time, this is peak Bear Alpha. Anyways, number 5, I have a balance between Unwell and Vector. Either of these are considerably popular. I would say Unwell is more popular just because it's a bad skin, and most people would get the skin, and once they get it, it's mostly used. Same thing with Vector, except it's a lot more easier to get. So a balance between these two. Our next skin I have up here is none other than number 4 is Malbear. So I have Malbear up here just because Thomas Racing got deleted and for copyright reasons, and the skin obviously got more popular for it, and also just the design and the creator is extremely popular amongst the community. So mainly why I have Malbear up here. Our number 3 I have on the list is none other than the classical lore skin himself. I have regular Sam. No reason for this. It's mainly just because it's a lore skin and it's a whopping 90,000 quids. 95,000 original price. So mainly because of its high cost and its voice lines makes it pretty popular amongst people. And the lore itself too. Alright, number 2, I have none other than a kind of a favorite of mine from this year. I have a Ito. In this video I don't have Ito, so I'm just using Visionary because that's the closest thing. Mainly for, again, it's a rare skin, so people love rarity in this game, and its design is pretty cool too. It got remade like 3 times, but it's I have it up here, number 2. Number 1 skin I have up here, could be arguable, especially in 2020, but I have number 1 as Atrocity. Mainly because it was supposed to be a permanent skin, but due to data loss, the skin became really rare, and it's now one of the, I think, the most rarest skin in the game at 6,000 owners, and that's mainly why. Alright, so now moving on to the year 2021. A little bit of a slight down year for Bear because, this is the year where Bear Star was finally getting the attention it should have had. So, but for number 5, I have a Shop Skin Glitch. Not much of a reason here. It's just a lot of people bought the skin, and it's considerably makes sense. It is one of the most nicest looking shop skins in the game for a pretty cheap price at 500 quids. Especially you could just get that after playing like 2 rounds of Bear. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to the fourth most popular skin of 2021, I have Celebration. Mainly because this skin, this year, I'm pretty sure did not have a second anniversary. So a lot of anniversary skins from like the previous year was mostly used. So that's mainly the reason why I have Celebration up here. Just mainly because there was no second anniversary to atone for this, especially with Bear Star, uh, being focused on. Anyways, number 3 is also another anniversary skin. I have Baldi. Um, Specifically this version because Baldi is a popular franchise and all, and people wouldn't expect Baldi to be in a game, especially for 4,000 quids, which was considerably expensive at the time. I just have Baldi up here because people for the fandom. Our number 2 on this list is a personal favorite of mine. Definitely my favorite Christmas event skin. It's gonna be Blizzard. Um, Honestly, I think Blizzard is a pretty nice skin. I like its the Club Penguin aspects it has to it, and mainly it's a lot of people's favorite Christmas skin, and for a very good reason. It has a really nice design, and that's mainly why it's just for its design. Number 1 skin I have up here is definitely the Cinco de Mayo skins. Could be interchangeable between the two. That's mainly because Cinco de Mayo, I think this was the first year it had one, that Bear had one, and most people got it because the themes and stuff, and also for its expensive price, and yeah. Anyways, moving on to the year 2022. Um, main, I don't know. 2022 was definitely a down year for Bear as it did not have that many updates besides third anniversary. That's mainly the reason why number 5 I have Team Derp. Um, Mostly the main reason is that the reference it has on the skin and all those old memes and stuff. I guess that's pretty much why I have Team Derp up here. It's also pretty cheap as well, 3,337. Number 4 is a very niche pick by me. It was pretty hard to pick any skins from 2021 because of the or 2022 because of the content. But I have number 4 Raiden. This is mainly because of personal experience. When this skin first came out, a lot of people bought it and used the skin, so that's why I kind of have Raiden up here on this. And yeah, that's kind of why it's just usage wise. Number 3, it's a little bit of a controversial pick, but I have a reason for picking this skin. It's also mainly because of the Cinco de Mayo event, but Pinata for number 3. It's mainly because the creator of this skin had like some controversy with some weird stuff that they were doing. That's mainly why this skin grew in popularity. It's also because it was one of the first Cinco de Mayo's events ever with a new edition, with Pinata being a new edition. And kind of the same reason for the skin that's in the number 2 slot, which is the Telemon chicken suit, also made by the same creator, with also the same controversy, but it's also because of the design of the skin is pretty unique. Um, and a lot of people knows the history of this skin and stuff, and that's kind of why I have it as number 2. It's just mainly because of the controversy the skin has around with the creator. Alright, and lastly, the number 1 skin I have for 2022 is going to be none other than third anniversary. Um, Honestly, I wish I had the skin myself. It's a really nice anniversary skin. That's mainly why it's number 1 for me, because third anniversary was the event, and the skin is really nice looking. So yeah. Anyways, moving on to year 2023, a little bit of a revival for Bear, but not too big of a revival. This is where it introduces a tiny event and a little small updates. Number 5, I have Hot Dog. I just don't know why a lot of people were using the skin back then when like Happy Terror I think came back this year or during this year. So that's kind of why I have Hot Dogs, just mainly because of its usage wise. And yeah. I was moving on to number 4 is a little bit difficult to pick for this year. But I just put up here Sam. Just I don't know. A lot of people were using the skin back here during this time. I think this was around Sam when he returned back to the shop for a little bit cheaper. So more people kind of got him, especially with grinding. And yeah, so I just had number Sam for number 4. All right, number 3 is not well a little bit more easier to choose, especially over the number 4 pick. I have head legs. This is the same reason as hot dogs, where it was introduced in the Happy Terror update. A lot of people used it, and the Bear Alpha community loves stupid skins, and that's what head legs is. It's just a stupid skin. So yeah, I'll just put this at number 3. Number 2 could be debatable, but for number 2, I just put I have a Green Viking. The reason why is because of its rarity. It was during the St. Patrick's event for Bear Alpha, which not many people played, as clearly you can see from the badge owners. It only has like 13,000. Mainly because of the tutorials that were out, so many people knew about the skin but didn't want to get it. So, yeah. Our number 1 skin isn't like a really rare skin, but it's a really pain in the butt skin to get. And that skin is going to be Barricade. Um, with Malbear being very popular amongst the community, Barricade is kind of a Malbear 2.0, I guess. And I guess that's why a lot of people just got the skin from the tutorials and stuff, so it grew in popularity. Our year 2024, this was actually like the revival of Bear itself. I think this year actually brought Bear up to an average of like 2,000 player count. Number 5 though, at Parasite up here, mainly because the skin is a really well made skin. During the Cyano week, I think the last week of the 4-week update, and the 4-week update definitely allowed a lot more popular and well made skins to come through, and a lot more player count to go higher. So yeah. Our number 4 was the introduction of a new edition of the spicy servers, and number 4 I have Rubber Mall. The skin has been popular from since day 1 it was introduced, but this is the first time the players can actually obtain and use Rubber Mouse, so I'll just put this at number 4, just because it's been pretty popular, and now that people can play and use it, it's gotten more popular and more used. So yeah. Oh, his number 3 was definitely controversial. I have Omen Mal. The reason why I had Omen Mal, because actually when it first came out, it was just basically Gravity Bear with like but purple. So it got a lot of controversy for that, and so Cheetahman had to like hurry up and like remake Omen Mal. I'm pretty sure it wasn't supposed to be out yet, but I don't know why they added it. So when they remade Omen Mal, it just blew up in popularity, and it's also freaking expensive. So yeah. Number 2, I have Red Robin. This is mainly because a lot of people needed help to get this skin, so which means that it rose in popularity, and it's also one of the first like bad skins that Bear had in a while, ever since I think Exterminator and Sharp. So yeah, I have Red Robin up here just because a lot of people needed help with it, and it kind of gained popularity just based off that. Our number 1 skin is Raw Bear for the year 2024. I hate this skin like to the core. I don't know why people like it. It's mainly because of its retro aspects to it. What I would assume, and it's also like a hybrid between a bear and a zombie, which are 2 popular categories. So I guess that's why. But the skin's overrated as hell, by the way. All right, moving on to year 2025. This year was also a pretty good year, but it's mainly good for one reason, and that one reason is basically Bear Alpha's Christmas event 2025, which introduces number 5 Sugar Plum Fairy. I don't know why this skin grew in popularity, mainly because it's pink, and I guess so Bear Alpha has a few like girl players, and they like pink, and this skin kind of like works out for them. And also has like a theme, and it tours around. I guess that makes it a little bit more popular, I would assume. But anyways, moving off from Christmas, we're going to Halloween with number 4 Ghost Burger. Um, the skin grew popular just because it reminds you of the Pepsi commercial where you needed 2 people to open just the Pepsi bottle. That's kind of what it is for Ghost Burger. You need 2 people just to get the skin, for one person to drop the burger for you, and then you had to like eat the burger as bear. So kind of why it's popular there. Number 3, I have Iceberg Lord, and mainly why it's just a freebie from like a certain goal you have to reach during the Christmas event. And a lot of new players did like play in 2025, so they were able to get the skin relatively easily. That's mainly the reason why the skin is up here, just because it's a freebie and also Christmas event, which basically revived Bear for 2025. Anyways, a non-Christmas event, I have six air for the 6th anniversary. I don't know why this skin is popular, mainly because it's just a deformed bear shape like a 6, and you know, Bear Alpha community loves stupid skins, so I guess this skin has that um, trait to it. And it has a weird, stupid, annoying laugh, but whatever. Moving on from that skin, it's overrated, by the way. Just like Raw Bear. Number one, though, I have Fruitcake Miner, which is reasonable. This skin, like, literally, just like, I don't know, it grew so popular just because it could front flip and stuff, and it was well made design by Pudding Eevee, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's really the reason why for design, and it can do a front flip. Anyways, moving to the final year, the current year we're living in, 2026, and for number five was definitely a pretty debatable pick. I have Moai, or you could interchange it to Egglord, mainly because Moai is was a skin reward for the first Easter event that we ever, or second Easter event of Bear Alpha, but for like an egg hunt. That's mainly why Moai is pretty popular, and an Egglord it just got remade like a billion times. That's pretty much why it's popular up here. Number four though is a Mastery skin, and I'll give it to Serpent. I don't know. A lot of people just apparently love Serpent for its retro theme and its uniqueness, which honestly I can't argue with that. I'm not a Serpent fan myself, but I could see why a lot of people like Serpent. That's kind of why I put this on the fourth most popular skin this year. And number three, a groundbreaking skin that just happened out of nowhere. I have Churl. This thing was pretty popular. It came out during the Cinco de Mayo patch update, and this skin was randomly in the shop for 5 quids and absolutely blew up on YouTube, blew up in the community, and like people were just questioning why the skin exists. And we may never know. Like literally, there's whole speed runs about this skin. Like people speed running to get the skin. That's just how popular it was. Anyways, number two is an anniversary skin, for 7th anniversary, and it's none other than the party animal specifically the party animal, not Sukus Mukus. I don't know why the skin is popular, maybe because of its sprites, where it has this weird walking sprites, and it has like a disco ball, and it's, I guess, quote unquote well made design, and it has a pretty a banger of a theme, which yeah. Anyways, number one skin is pretty obvious. I'm not gonna argue with you. It's Tears Before Bedtime, specifically the deluxe version. The skin is number one for a reason, because it's literally brought Bear from 6 feet under the ground, literally revived Bear on like a surgery bed, and literally even had people who are not even in the Bear community make videos about it, like this video up here. It's crazy, and he even has his own mod in freaking Body's Basics. Like this, and even got copied from another game. It's like this skin was basically the American Revolution of Bear Alpha. Like I I just can't say anything. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm gonna end the video here with Tears Before Bedtime. Also, I would like to deeply apologize for being very brief in this video. I know, the video would have been like almost like 45 minutes long, and I know you guys don't have the attention span for that. So I kind of just did it like a voiceover of, and be very brief of why I chose the skin in its corresponding placement. So yeah. Anyways, bye.